The Return and Reintegration Facility was launched in June 2022 as a member state-driven initiative implemented by ICMPD, International Centre for Migration Policy Development, and funded by the European Union. The facility was designed to act as a flexible mechanism to support multilateral cooperation in which participating EU member states can oversee the launch of pilot initiatives and further develop existing projects to gain learnings that can be used to enhance and build upon return and reintegration efforts. The RRF operates across the full return and reintegration continuum from pre-departure counselling in EU member state to post-arrival and reintegration assistance in countries of origin. Among the key work areas of the RRF is the one focused on local ownership, capacity building and referrals. Among the activities is the long-established initiative in Nigeria, strengthening the provision of support for reintegration of vulnerable persons.
Continuing the established efforts of the European Return and Integration Network, Prospect has evolved under RRF in facilitating targeted support for vulnerable returnees going back to Nigeria and enhancing tailored capacity development activities for Nigerian authorities. Prospect has reinforced its purpose and mission under RRF and became more coherent with national and state-level efforts in Nigeria, as well as with the key actors operating in the country.
The Prospect support within the return and reintegration framework in Nigeria has been very impactful over the past 5 years. Under this project, ICMPD has supported the organization of working group meetings. Now, these meetings are very important because it is our coordination framework. This is how we bring all the actors together. This is how we formulate policies, formulate strategies that we use to implement our return and reintegration programs as Nigeria. In fact, it will interest you to know that consistently over the years, over the past 4 years, our systems have evolved, our processes have evolved, and it is down to the funding that was provided to support these meetings, because these are these meetings that we sit down and deliberate on the activities that we've done so far. What are the, what's the level of impact, what's the level of progress, and we're able to fine tune and tweak our programs for the benefit of the returned migrants.
The process for the development of the operational workflow actually started in 2023 based on the capacity buildings on referrals, coordination that we had done with the working group. And we felt there was a need to streamline.
The RRF Prospect contribution to the development of the workflow in terms of RRR and the referral system, the contribution was highly tremendous, even though we had an SOP that was existing before. But the introduction of this workflow gave a clear direction of how CSOs and government partners and other private sectors can harness their strengths and also understand their various roles. The workflow was able to come up with different highlights the activities of every stakeholder, and also it gave privilege for stakeholders to understand themselves, understand their roles, and also enhance collaboration, how collaboration can help assist in the sense of return, readmission, and reintegration in Nigeria.
Under the Prospect project, we also developed a service directory for reintegration actors. And what this does is that it brings, at the click of a button or at a glance, anybody who wants to provide services or who is wondering where this service for returnees exists can at a glance get access to that information. So with that service directory, we have those that provide shelter, those that provide skills acquisition services, those that provide legal aid services are all domiciled in that service directory, which was developed under the Prospect.
The reintegration assistance through the RRF by ICMPD under the Prospect project has assisted the returning migrant to, first of all, get psychosocial support, which has reduced his trauma to a very low level. Also under this Prospect project, the returnee migrant was also able to get reconnection back to their families.
As my returning back to Nigeria, my family not very happy. Say I disappoint them after the money they spent for me, go Europe, come back. Now this deportation I take come, so they wasn't happy. So the Web of Art helped me reconnect back with my family and gave us peace. We are very happy now, we are good.
Most of the beneficiaries opted for shelter service, medical services, rehabilitation, counseling and psychosocial support, business development, skill training. Prior to them coming here, even though they've had previous experience on owning a business, but they didn't know how to run their business properly. And with the assistance of Prospect, during the shelter stay, they had at least peace of mind because we had nannies and psychosocial support caregivers that were helping them with their children as they were single moms. And yeah, the support was greatly helpful to them.
RRF for Prospect activities has also translated tools and expertise into meaningful operational support mechanism to contribute to the sustainable reintegration of vulnerable returnees. A concrete and hands-on knowledge tool, the Blueprint for Return Counselors, was designed to help frontline workers to expand their understanding of certain sensitivities around the target group. Online and physical workshops enabled group discussions and transfer of knowledge, with the view of bridging the identified challenges in the pre-departure and post-arrival efforts for the specific group. These engaging activities strengthen the skills and knowledge of return counselors in EU member states and frontline workers in Nigeria and improve the collaboration among them.
Working with the working group also necessitated a kind of capacity assessment that was done for the NCFRMI, especially the migration department, with other non-state actors like CSO also being part of it, to be able to streamline and come up with what are those capacity needs that for every meeting that we had a target to be achieved. And so the trainings and the facilitation entails, apart from coordination, issues around monitoring and evaluation, also issues around quality service delivery, whereby where do we build the synergy between government as well as the non-state actors like the CSOs and other relevant stakeholders.
Prospect has continued its work to improve standards of care for vulnerable migrants returning to Nigeria by implementing targeted activities to enhance the cooperation and coordination framework between pre-departure counseling authorities in EU member states with organizations and service partners in Nigeria that deliver post-arrival assistance. In the framework of Prospect activities, RRF has managed to foster cooperation between frontline workers in EU member states and organizations in Nigeria with a series of capacity-building efforts that have enabled a space for dialogue and exchange, but also mutual learning and practical cooperation.
A major impact that was actually achieved by the ICMPD in this Prospect project was the area of capacity building, which I said is a pointer to ensuring sustainability in the issue of return and reintegration in Nigeria, ensuring that the actors who are real actors and real players are brought together in terms of knowledge, experience sharing, and also understanding their roles and responsibilities. I think it was a key achievement for me, for the ICMPD. So ICMPD have done a great deal in terms of this Prospect project.
So far, we have seen a major leap from where we used to be, whereby a lot of migration activities are being done by different organizations, by different ministry, and it was not well put together. But now we're seeing a well-structured and well-coordinated results and operations, which has made it even easier for us to work in this space.
The implementation of Prospect has evolved into more of what Nigeria wants, which is engaging more with the government actors, engaging civil society actors, empowering them to be able to implement these programs. Because we want a situation where there is ownership, national ownership of the reintegration process. So not just being implemented by actors, foreign actors, or foreign development partners. We want a situation where the Nigerian government agencies, and local civil society organizations are able to implement reintegration support. And we're beginning to see that it's still a long way, but we're on the way towards that.